So the 5 degrees of customer experience are the critical competencies that underpin any sales or customer service interaction. These have been refined and defined over the last 20 years or so and been tested in the field in diverse customer contact operations. And when they come together, then it creates advocacy, you get more sales, and you deliver that better than average experience. So customers are not left just satisfied, but they actually have a very strong emotional response. Wow, this was great. This is unexpected. And that's what you're after. And that's what the 5 degrees of customer experience do. They enable real conversations with real people, and that's what your customers are craving. And it enables real solutions to be delivered to individual needs, and it keeps it easy. Makes it easy for customers to evaluate, is this what I need? Is this something, am I going to buy as a result of this interaction? Or is this issue actually resolved? I can clearly identify that that's the case. That's what these competencies, when working together, enable. So let me get straight into it and give you a quick overview of those 5 degrees. And for those of you that work in sort of quality monitoring or coaching, I'd really take these and look at how you can absorb that, if they're not already, into your, say, quality monitoring programs and your coaching sort of methodologies. So the first one is engagement. How to engage a customer in the first 10, 20, 30 seconds of an interaction. And it's the way to do that is to show a clear desire that you're the one that's going to get this sorted for them. And in doing so, that triggers a strong emotional response. When a customer knows they've got someone who sounds like they know what they're doing, they're taking control, and they seem to care as well, then bang, that triggers relief. Relief that I've got one of the good ones. Of all the people I could have got when I picked up the phone, walked into the store, I'm glad I got you. So the question you need to ask yourself is, are you, if you're responsible for delivering sales or service yourself, are you perceived as one of the good ones? Yeah, that's what it's about. So there's techniques there, which I talk about in other videos and through my blogs as to how to do that. But very quickly, strong greeting and strong ownership statement. Yeah, definitely with proactive language. Definitely I can help you with that today. Absolutely. Let's see what I can do. Before we begin, can I just grab your name? Oh, hi Michael, how are you? Yeah, so get their name, use it, personalize it, and then that you're in a position to then transition into the next competency. So number 2, the 2nd degree of customer experience, which is discover. Needs discovery, which is all about genuine open conversation to find out what your customer wants to achieve. Not what you think is important, not so you can figure out which products to talk about, car park all that, real open conversation. Give the customer the chance to tell their story, to express themselves, so you get a sense of their emotional needs as well as the more obvious physical needs. Too many staff focus on the physical. That just makes it transactional and doesn't enable real solutions to be tailored to the individual. Yeah. So needs discovery is king in terms of being able to find solutions as opposed to just delivering stock standard average experiences. Yeah. Real conversation. That means questions. You need to ask questions and then shut up, ask questions, shut up and listen to the responses. Yeah. And that'll guide you and give you all the clues you need as to where to take the rest of the interaction. In terms of further questions, and then obviously as you move into the next competency, which is the 3rd degree of customer experience, which is all about how you deliver real solutions. So solutions are key rather than generic responses. It's impossible to deliver a solution if you haven't done effective needs discovery to find out what is important to the individual. Yeah, otherwise you're just guessing and you're making assumptions. So there's a strong absolute interdependence between the two. Yeah, because most staff are not that great at needs discovery, then it's no wonder that so many experiences and solutions are not delivered to us as customers. So solutions is when you get to the point of, it's clear to me as the staff member helping this customer what I need to articulate in terms of the information around the product or service or the process. But I need to critically do that in a way which is through my language, and if it's face-to-face, I can potentially use visual aids as well. Or in writing if it's online, is to paint pictures in the mind of the customer so they can start to visualize the benefit they're going to derive as a result of this thing being fixed, resolved, or provided to them in the case of sales. So paint pictures so that clicks, that I can see that. It makes sense to me what you're telling me. Thank you so much. Something clicks. And that's a skill in the language you use. It's as much about choosing what you're not going to say as much as it is about what you're going to say. Yeah, because on the back of needs discovery, it's about filtering the information. Only talk about the things you need to talk about to get the issue resolved, to get the sale, and to give the customer what they need. And car park the rest till later, the boring stuff that doesn't actually help that outcome. The way to ensure you're delivering solutions is once you've delivered information that's relevant and tailored is to ask questions. Yeah, you can see a theme here of questioning. Ask questions to stop, check, clarify, and confirm that, yeah, this is what the customer needs. The customer does understand what you've advised. It makes sense to them and it is relevant. So the only way to find out is, and to avoid assumptions, is to ask. All right, so you've delivered solutions, you've done your checks, it makes sense to the customer, it's clear and obvious that you can move to wrapping up the conversation. So this is where the fourth degree of customer experience comes into its own, which is how you close. Closing is all about, I suppose, doing an overall check that the customer's got what they needed. And showing true appreciation for their time, for their inquiry, for bothering to actually pick up the phone, walk into the store, for continuing to be a customer, yeah, show that appreciation of that. Or if they're potentially a brand new customer or have decided to buy from you, absolute go to town in validating that decision. So, Mr. Smith, before I let you go, I just want to make sure that you're comfortable with what we've discussed today. Yeah, there's one example. Here's another. Okay, so before you go, I suppose I just want to check if you've got any further questions or you're comfortable with the outcomes that we've agreed on or that we've discussed. Yeah, so there's many ways you can spin that. The key is to stop, check, and do an overall check of resolution or outcomes. Or in the case of sales, so Mr. Smith, based on what we've gone through, I can get that organised for you today. So close it out, close out the sale. And then literally finish your interactions with showing true appreciation, yeah, with the word thanks. Thank you so much for your time, for your inquiry, for bothering to come in, for continuing to be a customer, whatever it is, but the word thanks. And it's a nice cue that, yeah, we're done, we're dusted, we're finished, and it eliminates that awkwardness that often comes in between people when you hang up, no, you hang up, no, you hang up. You know what that feels like. So the word thanks is a cue that we're done, we're finished, and we can walk away. So that's close. The last one, the fifth degree of customer experience, your energy and your style. And it's all about how you articulate yourself or present yourself face to face or in writing, your writing style, the tone, the language, and body language in face to face that you deliver in number 1 through 4. So from engage through discover, solutions, and close. It's what you as an individual bring to the table. And this is really the magic fairy dust that you can sprinkle on top, and what the best people understand is probably about 80% of triggering, the right emotional response is about the energy and style you use as much as it is about the actual information itself. So it's about empathy within a natural conversation. Yeah. So don't be boring. Yeah. Have a real conversation, a real chat, and bring your personality to the table. Whatever that is, get it out. That's what your customers are craving. Do not be afraid of that. Let go. Yeah, this is not about scripts. It's real conversation, but with structure. Yeah, so you get the chance to actually have fun with it, keep it simple for the customer, and inject some personality. So, and that's what creates true customer engagement. Because it's not about just what you say, it's how you say it, both in words, tone, inflection, and physical delivery, if they can see you. And it's how that all works together. Yeah.